Hi everyone, it's Chey here. Let's go over the May 2024 developer update today. I'll be going through all of the changes and giving my opinions of the changes as we go through them. I will timestamp everything to make it easier for everyone. And I just wanted to say I apologize for the lack of uploads lately. I've been having health issues and hopefully things are looking up now. But thank you all for watching and let's get into it. The Good Guy, medium update, change, decreased hidey-ho cooldown to 12 seconds was 18. Chucky can only scamper while performing a slice and dice attack. Decrease the time it takes to scamper to 1.3 seconds, was 1.4 seconds. Dev note, scamper could sometimes lead to unavoidable hits since survivors could not possibly get someplace safe, and the time it took for Chucky to crawl under the pallet. We want to shift his gameplay away from these easy hits, scamper them basic attack, and instead encourage using his unique slice and dice attack. Since this change would affect his strength, we've reduced the cooldown of slice and dice to allow Chucky to use his power more frequently. I think these Chucky changes are amazing. It addresses a lot of issues that people have with Chucky. Me personally, I think he's one of the lesser fun killers to go against, because if his power's up, he essentially gets a free hit on you. I don't like that. Like, I don't think Chucky is the strongest killer in the world, but I just don't think it's very fun to go against a Chucky that just scampers and M1s, which is what most of them do ever since the flick was taken away. So I like these changes overall. I just wish that he did get that flick back. I hope that this makes it more enjoyable to play as Chucky and to play against. The Cannibal, minor update. Increased chainsaw sweep duration to 2.5 seconds per token, was 2. Increased chainsaw sweep movement speed to 5.3 meters a second, was 5.29 meters a second. Decreased collision detection size to help navigate tight spaces. Decreased base tantrum time to 3 seconds, was 5 seconds. Several add-ons have been adjusted accordingly. I think these changes are amazing. The add-ons that I run seem like they're essentially base kit now. So that will allow me more variety in my build, which it looks like behavior wants. The fact that they're helping with the collision is amazing. Sometimes you get stuck on the most random things that end up being a tiny pebble that you couldn't even stub your toe on. It's nice to see Billy get love, and now Bubba. Bubba's one of my most fun killers to go against, and I'm hoping to see more of them. I really like facing Bubbas that can moonsaw, and with the decreased collision detection size, I think that'll make it a lot more enjoyable to face personally and to play as. I think these changes are in the right direction for Bubba. I love this. The DeathSlinger. Decreased stun time when a survivor breaks free to 2.7 seconds, was 3 seconds. Increased reel speed to 2.76 meters a second, was 2.6 meters a second. Increased movement speed while reloading to 3.08 meters a second, was 2.64 meters a second. I am a DeathSlinger enjoyer. I will just get that out of the way. I haven't been playing much Slinger lately, but I am a Slinger enjoyer, and I wasn't expecting these changes at all, honestly, but I'm here for it. I am worried because this will make good slingers feel even more oppressive, and I know a lot of people really dislike going against DeathSlinger as it is, but I mean, I guess you'll find that with any killer. I think these will be fun. I don't know if they'll be that noticeable to people who don't play as Slinger or against Slinger a lot, but to those who play Slinger a lot, this will definitely be a feel-good change. The Mastermind, minor update. Decreased hindered penalty from infection to 4%, was 8%. Infection is now reduced to 1% when hooked. These Mastermind changes are perfect. This is what I've been asking for since he came out. It was either this or maybe making it so infection doesn't go up in chase. But I love how behavior is addressing this. Making the infection rate 1% when hooked should make him less good at tunneling survivors and forcing the hinder onto the person directly off of hook. I love this change. I think it's a step in the right direction, and I hope to see more changes like this across the board. The Blight. Compound 33 now increased rush turn rate and duration by 11%, was 33%. Iridescent Blight tag now increased rush speed by 10%, was 20%. So while both the Blight's Eerie add-ons might have been too strong, I just... Can they go like 2 weeks without changing Blight? They're constantly changing him, and it's really hard to keep track of. I'm not someone who plays Blight a lot, but changing both of these add-ons seems a bit much. I feel like the Eerie tag change alone would have been enough without touching Compound 33, and I feel like he officially has had more changes than Onryo, which is already hard enough for the community to keep track of. Toolboxes. Increased toolbox sabotage speed across most variants. Increased effects of sabotage-related add-ons. Grip wrench, cutting wire, hacksaw. These sound fun, I guess. I don't know, I'm pretty neutral about it. I will say it is quite hard to find a good Sabo toolbox in the blood web, so maybe this will encourage more people to play altruistically instead of just slamming gens. Deadlock. Decrease block duration to 15, 20, 25 seconds, once 20, 25, 30 seconds. Okay, I guess that's fine. It's a passive slowdown that you don't really have to work for. It's good information, and I think losing 5 seconds on this isn't that big of a deal. Background player. Decrease movement speed bonus to 150%, once 200%. Yes. Decrease exhaustion duration to 30, 25, 20 seconds. Was 60, 50, 40 seconds. Oh, behavior. Why do you do this to me? They like to get me excited for the first line of text I read, and then by the time I read the second one, it has me just questioning everything. So the first change, perfect. Just decrease the movement speed. I think that's all this perk needed. A 20-second cooldown for 150% movement speed? I think that cooldown is too low. Let's say I get a background player pallet save, and then I'm just lurking around waiting for my teammate to go down again. And by the time they go down again, you know, if they're not in a complete dead zone, it's probably been 20 seconds. And you could be like, well, that's 20 seconds. You're not on a gen. Well, that doesn't always matter. Let's be real. There's 2 other people on the team. I just imagine if you run Vigil with that too. I just really hate this perk, and I don't like that. I don't know. I don't think this perk is healthy for the game. I really don't. And I think that first change would have made it more bearable. But decreasing the duration is just, it's like they're so scared to like take care of the actual problem. You know what? We'll talk about it in a moment. Crew Embrace. Decrease block duration to 6, 8, 10 seconds was 8, 10, 12. I don't think that's an issue at all. Whatever, that's fine. I think the problem with this perk is that it pairs with Deadman Switch so well. Removing 2 seconds of it being blocked is barely a change. I guess sometimes games do come down to 1 or 2 seconds, and that's 6 seconds shaved off altogether. But I wish it didn't pair too well with DMS. That's kind of what I was saying with background player before. I feel like behavior's just scared to like take care of actual problematic perks, and I think Deadman Switch just works too well with too many other perks, and I don't know, this doesn't make it feel any better. I don't know. I feel like they're addressing things that aren't DMS when they should be maybe addressing DMS. Decisive Strike. Reduced stun duration to 4 seconds was 5. You guys, all of you guys, you just had to ruin this, didn't you? You had to force DS at every waking second to the point behavior was like, oh yeah, let's tone that down a bit. That's too much. I ate so many DSs when I was actively going out of my way not to tunnel people because everyone was forcing it. Was this change needed? No, probably not. But I guess let's see how it is on the PTB. I think DS hurts M1 killers way more than S tier killers anyways, which makes it really hard to balance. You want it to be good enough versus the best killers without being atrociously strong versus the weaker ones. And that's something that I think is just an issue at its core. I don't know how you can really address things like this. Pop goes the Weasel. Decreased regression effect to 20% once 30. I know a lot of people have been complaining about Pop goes the Weasel. Like, yes, it's strong and it's good, it's reliable. You have to hook someone to like damage a gen. It rewards you for hooking people. Okay, but pairing it with pain res has been a big issue. It's been like one of the main complaints I've been seeing people complain about. It's like every killer wants pain res pop, pain res pop, pain res pop. I don't know, like I want more variety in killer perks, but it's hard to justify not bringing pain res and pop on most killers because a lot of survivors also come in with gen loadouts. I don't know if this will actually encourage, but I'll see how this is. I don't think that's like too bad of a nerf. I think a lot of people will still be running pop. I think we'll still see it a lot. Maybe just not as much as we currently are. Buckle Up major update. Removed. Buckle Up no longer provides endurance. That's me clapping. New survivors healed from the dying state break into a sprint at 150% movement speed for 3, 4, 5 seconds. This does not cause exhaustion. Behavior. Once again, you had me in the first half. Removing endurance is amazing, especially since it affected both people and it wasn't that hard to activate. And it's been dominating the meta for like 10 months. However, do we really need to add haste or speed to everything that doesn't have endurance? I was excited for this change until I saw the second part. I guess it would be fun to try it with, you know, we're gonna live forever and made for this. I don't know, I don't like it. I love that they took away the endurance. I don't know how I feel about the speed boost. I don't know. I'll have to see it in action, I guess. Pain res. Decreased regression effect to 10, 15, 20% was 15, 20, 25%. So nerfing pain res by 5% isn't that big. Yeah, it's a decent change, but I don't think this was needed. Like, maybe unpopular opinion, I think pain res was perfect as it was. Behavior is saying they want to make this perk less of a clear choice for all builds. but they want it to keep rewarding killers who are going out of their way to hook different survivors. But they're not adding anything that people would want to run instead. They're just taking the best perks and bringing them down a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I love pain res. I like that it's like, oh, hook 4 different survivors. You don't have to go around and kick gens. I don't know. I think it's one of the healthiest slowdowns. Everyone's running it because it's good, and I think it's healthy. I don't know how I feel about pop and pain res getting nerfed, even though I know how miserable it can be to face both of them together. I don't know how I feel about this when, like, the survivor side isn't being touched with, you know, gen speed perks, but all the best, like, slowdown perks are being touched. If they really want to shake up the meta, I think the best way to go about this is by making other perks that aren't used as much, like by changing those, by making them a little bit better. I don't think you can keep just bringing down the best perks. I feel like you need to introduce something else to make killers want to bring something else, you know? Maybe I'm not like phrasing this in the best way, but I still think people are going to run pain res pop. I don't think this is going to stop it. I think you're still going to see it just as much, but they might feel like they need to throw in a third slowdown now too if they weren't already running 3. Invocation, weaving spiders. Decreased invocation time to 60 seconds was 120. Invocation progress now regressed at a rate of 1 charge per second was 20 charges per second. Okay, I think this change is fine. I don't think it's too strong, but I wonder if 90 seconds would have been better than 60. But maybe we'll actually see this perk getting used now. Decimated Borgo. Reworked the lighting of the Shattered Square map. This is amazing, although it kind of looks like it's underwater. I'm someone who had trouble seeing on this map. I don't like how red it is. I find it hard to track blood, survivors, even see auras sometimes. I also really like that behavior is kind of addressing accessibility here by mentioning that it was an issue for colorblind players. So they're adjusting the lighting on this map to address these concerns. I love this. I can't wait to see it in action. Item previews. Reworked pop-up for items found within a trial. I'm way more excited about this than I should be. I love it when games clarify things. There's a lot to this game that isn't explained that you have to like go out of your way to like Google, look up, watch YouTube videos on, and the fact that a lot of things just aren't explained is really tough for people, especially when you're trying to learn it in the moment. I want people to understand how killer specific items work and what each individual item does, especially if they've never seen it before. I think this is an amazing change. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Overall, I think a lot of these changes are good, but I feel like some of them are missing the mark and maybe the right things aren't being addressed, or they're being addressed in the wrong way. Anyways, I'd love to see what you think about these changes. Please let me know. Have a great day.